All right, so the markets are reacting pretty hard today, and it's all mainly due down to Iran and the USA. So, if you thought the ceasefire was going to end today, that is not exactly what has happened. So, today we're going to cover an update on what's happened recently in these last 24 hours. So, make sure you stay to the end to see the full breakdown. So the US basically extended the ceasefire with Iran last minute. This was supposed to expire on the 22nd of April, which is today, but instead of ending it, they pushed it out indefinitely to keep negotiations going. But the catch is that it's not really a clean ceasefire this time. You've still got these attacks on the Strait of Hormuz. The US is maintaining a naval blockade, and Iran hasn't fully agreed to the terms, so it's more like a pause and not actual peace. So there has actually been attacks on two ships, the UK says, after this extended Iran ceasefire. So pretty much two cargo ships were attacked in this channel on Wednesday, which is today, and Trump announced Tuesday that the ceasefire will extend, so these talks will continue. So this week has been pretty busy already, and we'll definitely see some more upcoming news in these upcoming days. As for the markets care because this is where things actually get interesting for the market. So whenever this is tension in the region, especially in the Strait of Hormuz, you're talking about a huge chunk of the world's oil supply being at risk. So even if there is an extension on the ceasefire, that's keeping the inflation concerns alive. And inflation staying high affects everything like stocks, crypto, interest rates, all of those things. So what about the stocks? What did they do? Let me tell you exactly what happened with the stocks. And now, as for stocks are actually moving pretty positively today. Futures moved higher right after the ceasefire extension news came out, because markets are basically pricing in like, okay, maybe we're not going into full escalation right now. And what you're seeing right now is like a sign of relief. Not excitement, but just relief for now. But the situation is still very fragile, and if things escalate again, then this could flip instantly. So let's have a look. You can see Bitcoin has been very, very bullish since about 10 o'clock, 10:30 yesterday. So we had a big move here. That would look in the 5-minute time frame, that is. We had a big move there, some slight resistance, move up again, resistance, and then now it's been consolidating since about 5 in the morning. So the morning hasn't been very active, but we did have a move, relatively large move, since that ceasefire agreement kind of, came out. So yeah, pretty much the deadline was supposed to be today, which is the 22nd at 8 p.m. Eastern time, if I remember correctly. But Trump obviously changed it last minute, so which was obviously yesterday. And you can kind of see the move that it made. So from about that 10 o'clock-ish, we've had a very bullish move ever since. So it was a last minute kind of thing. And then, yeah, ever since that, we've seen the market come up to a level now of 78,189. We still seem to be in that key level. And that is looking in the 4-hour time frame as well as the daily. We seem to be coming up to the resistance level at the top, where we have that major resistance of 77 to 80k, and then that support as well at the 68 to 70k range. So yeah, I mean, with this whole thing, I'll obviously keep you guys updated on what happens in the upcoming days. If things, take a turn and, things get worse, or even things actually get better in the long run. And now for crypto. Crypto is basically the most sensitive to this whole thing right now, because Bitcoin and crypto related stocks are bouncing a bit today. But earlier this week, we actually saw drops as soon as those headlines about ceasefire violations or attacks actually came out. So right now, crypto is basically trading on these headlines. So good news is it pumps, bad news is it dumps. It's not really a moving on fundamentals. this week. It's more on the macro and geopolitics side of things. So the question is, what are the big things to watch for currently? So what we'd watch for right now would be, firstly, does Iran agree with this ceasefire agreement? Then secondly, do attacks in the Strait of Hormuz continue? And then finally, does the US ease or tighten on the naval blockade? Because these three things are basically going to decide where oil goes. And oil is going to decide where the rest of the market actually goes as well. So, yeah, that is the current strange situation we're currently in. It kind of looks calm on the surface, but deeper down, it is very chaotic and tense. I won't say chaotic, but as it's not currently, at a insane level, but we are at a very uneasy part at the minute. So the market also knows this, and that is why it's feeling pretty unstable at the moment. So anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Are we headed towards more escalation again, or does this actually turn out to be something more stable and we're actually going to, calm down and markets are going to get back into a more predictable and nicer routine? So yeah, before you go, make sure you guys check out Everdex in the description below, decentralized platform that I use for all of my trading. So as always, drop a like, make sure to subscribe to stay up to speed with the latest videos, as this week is going to be very busy. A lot of things are going to be happening. So as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.